Greetings and welcome to another episode of Junk Time, the only AFL football show you need to watch. Please welcome the AFL's leading pundit, Andy.
Oh, good evening, viewers.
And our national correspondent, Davo.
Oh, ahoy.
Thank you for joining us. And thank you at home. Now, straight into our Letters of the Week segment. We got a very strong response.
We had overwhelming responses.
Overwhelming response for this segment last week, so it's right off the top tonight. And Dave, you're going to kick us off.
And for that reason, we'd like to apologise to all the people who didn't get their letters read out. We only have time for a few.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we have a letter here from Robert Cubatron 3000. Dear Junk Time viewers, long time watcher, first time writer in row. Just wanted to say, love the show, huge fan, but I was wondering if the title Junk Time was a reference to anything football related. Look forward to hearing from you all.
Good question. This has actually come up a few times in the email.
Yeah, many times to be exact. Many times. Alright Robbie, how this works is Junk Time is a stage in the match. It's a non-linear time, it's very subjective from match to match. More or less, it is when the game is pretty much out of reach of the other team. We've got a few examples of this to explain what we're trying to say here. In the Collingwood-Geelong game last week, where it was sort of a goal in it towards the end, there was no junk time because anyone could have won for the whole game. In the Essendon Gold Coast game of last year, when Essendon kicked 15 goals in the first quarter, junk time was pretty much from halfway through the first quarter onwards.
Quite a long period of junk time, that one.
And we have a visual representation of the Essendon GWS game this week.
Yes, we do. Andy, talk us through this one.
Well, it's late in the third quarter and the ball comes over the top to Duke's Creamery and he runs onto the loose ball and there's no one between him and the goal.
Not much pressure, to be honest.
Had a bit of a fumble too running in and just slots an easy goal. No pressure at all.
No pressure at all, and that's when you know it's junk time. If goals are as easy as that, the game's over, and from there on in, it's junk time. Junk time.
And we love it.
Me too. Alright, thank you for that letter, Dave, and thank you, Rob. Keep them coming.
Thank you very much.
Now, another letter, I've got this one. Now, dear Junk Time, I'm very much enjoying the show, and especially your mullet watch segment. I'm very much enjoying watching the mullet succeed so well this year.
Not alone.
With Richmond. And I was thinking, is this the best mullet the AFL has ever seen? And that one is from Kirsty M. Thank you very much, Kirsty.
Where's Kirsty M from?
Kirsty is all the way from Cambodia.
Oh, that's
you can believe that.
Exciting piece of trivia.
Yeah, amazing. Alright, now that's a very good question, Kirsty. So I started to have a think about this. Me and my fellow panellists got together and put our heads together. We've got a few to show you. Fraser Gehrig, probably the last mullet the AFL's seen. Quite good though.
Not much up top, but a lot down the back.
A lot down the back.
That's really what you want from a mullet,
The paddle pop line, as we all like to call him. He was good. But I think the hallmark, what he's got to live up to, the gold standard, Stephen Sticks Kernahan has this
amazing.
Amazing mullet for many, many years. Really just had it flowing, as he was running into goal, had it flying. So I think he's got Fraser covered, but Marich just needs to get up to the level of Sticks. It's a very, very high bar.
He's not far away.
But he's not far away. He's not far away. Alright, thank you, Kirsty. Great letter, that one.
Thank you very much.
And we hope for more next week. Alrighty, straight into the round review. And what a fantastic, stupendous, marvellous round of football we had last round. And Andy, you were ill last week, so unfortunately we couldn't send you out as we usually do, but we put you to work at home and you watched a few games on the box.
Yeah, the couch potato last week. The main game that interested me was Adelaide versus Collingwood. Now, Adelaide have been getting a lot of plaudits recently for their in-close work around the stoppages. particularly from Paddy Dangerfield. Now, he burst away from Carlton a couple of times in the stoppages, and I noticed Collingwood employed a new tactic to try and counter this. They played Dale Thomas against him, not noted as a clearance specialist, but what Dale did was he stood about 5 metres off Dangerfield on the outside of the pack, so when Dangerfield got the ball and exploded away, he ran straight into the tackler rather than starting equal with the tagger and running away from him. So that was very interesting, and it'll be nice to see if other teams can copy that tactic.
Very interesting tactic. Nathan Buckley shaping up as a decent coach.
Oh, he's got a bit going on upstairs.
Got a bit
very nice.
Tactically,
he's a very good concept man.
Yes, that's what we like on this program.
There you go, thanks. Andy, now Dave, what game were you watching this week?
I got sent all the way up to Sydney for the GWS v Essendon game.
Wasn't he excited about that trip
too?
too?
I was excited. I was the opposite of ropeable.
Yes, he was anti-ropeable.
I was anti-ropeable.
Unropeable.
I'd like to start off by commenting on El Darcy. I didn't hear his commentary whilst I was at the game, but I have been told that he has jumped on the Bomber wagon after watching Junk Time last week.
Yes, very smart man, Darcy, very smart.
Yeah,
but a week too late.
Regular watcher of Junk Time as well.
You heard it first here. El Darcy watches Junk Time. I'd like to move on now to a new segment.
And you've got a new segment.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Clearance of the week.
I
feel Clearance of the week is a good segment.
Very important part of our game.
This week's winner is B. Stanton from the Bombers.
Ah.
If you see this little bit of footage here,
I think I know the one you're talking
I thought
about.
this was quite amazing. He just sort of gets the assist here and just huge open-handed punch.
Whack!
Thwomp. We don't see
need.
this enough in there.
Why do you bother with handballs? Kicks, just
punch.
a good 30
cover
metres
off the ball.
Yeah, and cleared the area. It's just that easy. Good work, Stance.
Alrighty, the game overall was really quite rubbish and pretty much over at half time. But I would like to point out that I expected a lot more from GWS. This is shown by, this is towards the end of the match. Jay Watson here, sort of little tap from P. Ryder, takes the ball, 3 GWS defenders try and tackle him down and he still gets the goal. Just not good enough.
3 is not enough. If you need really 6 or 7 players if you want to bring Watson to ground.
Too good. Too good. Alright, thanks Dave. Fantastic reporting as usual. Now I had to step up to the plate and go along to a game this week in the absence of the #1 reporter. So I went along on Andy's recommendation to see St Kilda to see one man in particular, and that was Kozzy. Justin Kozicki, the most
big tower
man in the AFL.
Never misses. Never misses.
Never misses.
Is he still the most accurate man in the AFL?
He is. He did miss once on the weekend.
Allegedly. There's no footage. There's no footage.
Allegedly. And he didn't add any goals to his tally, taking his season total to 15 goals won, I believe. Wasn't his game, but still the most accurate man this season, which got me to thinking, who is the most accurate man of all seasons? So I did some digging around in the record books.
Yes, please.
Did some scouring, and I set the level at 30 scoring shots. So we have none of these two goals, 100%.
Rookies getting in.
100% accuracy. So I set a level 30 scoring shots for the season, minimum. And the most accurate man in the AFL, you may be surprised, 1995, this man, Richo.
Oh, Mr. Richardson.
Mr. Richardson.
I've forgotten all about Richo.
Look at the long locks as well.
Often criticised for his kicking. In 1995, he kicked 27 goals and only 3 behinds. That's 90% accuracy right there, across the whole season.
But Kozzy could beat that though.
Kozzy could.
Still could beat that.
Kozzy could. So everyone out there, get along to St Kilda games, get on Kozzy. Cheer him home. He's on track for this.
Needs support. He wants support.
Needs support.
We'd like to see banners, big Kozzy banners, telling him that he's on his way to the most accurate goal kicker in the AFL.
Mr. Accuracy, that's what I call him.
Back to the regular Dukes of the Week segment. Now we've got a slight tweak this week, because some players are just that good, they only need one Duke, and I'm talking of none other than Gary Ablett Jr.
Just a single paw for him.
Talk us through it, Dave.
This is just, there's not really much more to say than it's just one hand for people that aren't beginners.
That's it. Alright, fantastic. The tight leaderboard for the Dukes of the Week. That'll
really, get down to the wire.
Really heading up. Now, Dave, before we go any further,
Yeah.
You have an apology to make.
I would like to make a public apology here. A couple of weeks ago, I claimed that my 13-year-old cousin was telling me that, well, the umpiring is rubbish. In fact, he's 16, and so Justin, I'm sorry, you are 16, not 13.
On the table. Alright, now thank you very much for joining us for another fantastic episode of Junk Time, and we hope you'll join us all next week. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
And thank you, Andy.
Farewell.
Farewell, viewers.